What led to this uproar which shook our country? On the fateful night of 16 December 2012, a 23-year-old was gang raped in a moving bus in Delhi. Out of the 6 accused, one was a juvenile.
In the following year, one of the accused of Shakti Mills rape case of Mumbai was again a juvenile.
13th of January 2013, 4 juveniles confessed that they had smashed a teen's head after getting drunk.
On 7th May 2015, 2 juveniles were arrested for stealing 60 lakhs from a businessman's car.
We, the society as a whole, blame these incidents on the mentality of people, security of female population, the police, and more importantly, our favorite targets, the government, for such inhuman acts.
But let's pause for a minute and think, what if there is one aspect in all the incidences which we have managed to ignore?
Around 40,000 cases of crime, including rape and murder, were registered against these juveniles in the year 2016 in India. Most of them were the kids from these slums.
In around 49,000 slums in India, 65 million people live. Most neglected, abandoned, orphaned, and homeless kids find their way to these slums, a perfect breeding ground for the criminals.
What if you were one of them?
What if you got no home?
What if you had nobody?
What if you never had a childhood?
What if you only lived to defy death?
What do you think is common between them?
All of them are drug addicts. Today, we the students of Dr. Vittal Rao B.K. Patil Medical College present before you, slaves of substances.
Here I am, standing at the edge, life of mine coming to an end, crying outside, dying inside, standing alone, no one by my side. But no, that's not me, or at least the girl I used to be. There was a time when I had my own sunshine, but this addiction made me blind. I was left with no hope, so I said yes to dope. Then began a battle of mine with the word and emotions I hide. I used to stick the needles in my skin and didn't feel I could ever again. It gave me pleasure and I wanted it again till I reached the very end. Family, friends didn't matter anymore. I took everything I had and wanted it more. But then I realized I've been dying inside. My world was darkened and I saw no light. I lost the battle against addiction, but this was never my prediction. And here I end my life. But this mistake of mine be a lesson for all of you to arise.
Substance abuse by children is a growing health hazard. Alcohol, weed, cigarette, which an innocent child consumes without knowing its implications, not only disrupts his life, but it also disrupts the peace and integrity of the whole society. Before we jump into the consequences of child substance abuse, let us first put light on what substance abuse is.
According to the American Psychiatric Association, substance abuse is a maladaptive pattern that leads to clinically significant impairment or distress that occurs within a 12-month period. This includes
failure to fulfill major roles.
It results in situations that are physically hazardous,
leading to legal problems.
Interpersonal problems are also exacerbated due to the drugs.
So, what do you think these substances may be?
Tobacco,
Weed,
ganja,
cigarettes,
hookah,
heroin,
cocaine,
meth,
alcohol,
prescription drugs,
inhalants, and many more.
Now we have Dr. Kailash Jalani, a well-known psychiatrist
issues, psychological issues, we do come across a lot of substance abuse cases in children. The children are from various socio-economical strata, right from slum areas to affluent areas. We do find more incidents in slum areas, and there are a lot of psychosocial causes for that. As in any substance abuse case, genetic factor is obvious in most of the cases, which is statistically proved.
In India, 17% of the population live in the slums who are substance abusers.
But why do some children become drug abusers?
The children are confused.
Drowsy.
They have poor coordination and memory.
They suffer from mental illnesses,
This leads to depression
anxiety.
and mood swings. They take the drugs in order to overcome the above situation.
But remember, these aren't the cause, but the contributing factors.
Parental abuse and neglect creates a poor relation with the parent, ending up in an unstable home environment.
The other modes of acquiring drugs are getting them from friends or peers.
Or buying it directly from the traders.
And nowadays, the most accessible, social media.
And when he does not get, he steals it.
But why does he do that?
Because he's hopelessly craving for it.
Why do they crave? Any substance makes its way to the blood-brain barrier by interfering with the areas of reward perception, memory, and emotions. These areas create the go signal and are responsible for reinforcing the benefits of the drug. Prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain involved in decision making. This area controls the drug consumption and produces stop signal. Whereas in another part of the brain, the stop and the go signals combine together to initiate a behavioral response. And this response is determined by the balance between the benefits and consequences of continuing drug consumption. What happens at the more localized level? Electrical signals are constantly traveling downwards through the neuronal pathway towards the synapses. This initiates a cascade of signals such as endorphins and dopamine release. Dopamine plays a pivotal role in behavioral reinforcement. As the level of dopamine increases, it strengthens the go signals, which makes a person to take the same drug again and again, thus making him a drug abuser.
And identifying such children is not an easy task.
What are the alarming signs and symptoms in the initial stages?
In the initial stages, the child will be isolating himself from surroundings, which will lead to change in behavioral patterns such as anger and disgust, due to which his friends leave him and even his academic performance deteriorates.
What are the changes that we see?
Slurred speech, bloodshot eyes, loss of interest in activities, change in physical appearance including poor hygiene, eating and sleeping disorders.
Have you ever thought how harmful these substances are to the body? Mouth cancer, stomach ulcer, coronary heart disease, liver cirrhosis, and pancreatitis are some of the major health-related complications.
Oral complications of tobacco chewing are cavities, gum disease, and submandibular fibrosis.
Psychologically, these children suffer from delirium, dementia, depression, and high-risk sexual behavior.
Intravenous drug abusers are prone to develop ulcers, abscesses, and increased risk of HIV transmission.
The most distressing outcome of child substance abuse is criminal tendencies, accidents, and finally suicide.
Now, what happens when the child tries to leave the abused substance? It leads to development of withdrawal symptoms.
Withdrawal occurs because our brain acts like a spring when it comes to addictions. When we stop taking the drug, our brain produces a surge of adrenaline, which leads to a variety of symptoms such as insomnia, headache, sweating, and palpitations.
Suddenly stopping the substance may lead to seizures, stroke, and heart attack. We can see a child abusing a substance is like an insect trapped in a spider's web. The more he tries to come out of it, the more he gets entangled in the world of substances. So, to reach out to such children and know the present scenario, we work in collaboration with the Snehalaya. which works for the awareness, education, rehabilitation of such children. Now we have Dr. Girish Kulkarni who will elaborate our work with them.
पद्मश्री विखे पाटील MBBS महाविद्यालयाचे सर्व विद्यार्थी हे या नगरच्या बालमोहन प्रकल्पासोबत मागील महिन्याभर काम करत होते. चांगली गोष्ट की त्यांनी इथल्या मुलांशी एक मैत्रीचं नातं जोडलं, त्यांच्या घरांमध्ये ते गेले, त्यांच्याशी कौटुंबिक जिव्हाळ्याचा संवाद त्यांनी केला. त्यांचे वैद्यकीय प्रश्न तर समजून घेतलेच, परंतु त्या वैद्यकीय वास्तवाला प्रभावित करणारा जे आर्थिक आणि सामाजिक वास्तव आहे ते या मुलांनी समजून घेण्याचा खूप चांगला प्रयत्न केला. आणि यामधून या विद्यार्थ्यांमध्ये आपण हे डॉक्टर झालं पाहिजे, आरोग्याविषयी काळजी घेतली पाहिजे, व्यसनांपासून दूर राहिलं पाहिजे, या प्रकारच्या भावना त्यांच्या मनामध्ये निर्माण झालेल्या आहेत.
To understand the current scenario of substance abuse, we conducted a descriptive cross-sectional study in collaboration with NGO Bal Bhavan Project, which works primarily in the slum areas of Ahmednagar. The study protocol was approved by the authorized personnel of our institution. To the best of our knowledge, this survey conducted is the first of its kind in Maharashtra. The aim of our study was to assess the pattern and the prevalence of substance abuse among children. The study was done using a pre-validated, pre-designed, semi-structured questionnaire. The inclusion criteria being children in the age group of 5 to 18 years of either sex. Informed written consent was taken from their parents and guardians. The exclusion criteria consisted of children who were unable to provide information in relation to the study. The NGOs were involved in the collection of data as they already had a presence in the community. The sample size of 246 children was calculated by using an OpenEPI software. The data was compiled, tabulated and analyzed by using suitable statistical methods. The results obtained at the end of our study were abominable. We found the prevalence of substance abuse to be 87%, which was mainly involving the age group of 13 to 18 years, and boys were found to be more susceptible. Notably, the most common substance being abused is the widely available tobacco, accounting for 56.9%. Surprisingly, a large 77.6% of the survey population procures the substances from their friends, and the remaining significant 17.3% procures it from their families. We found that around 84.1% of the fathers and 80% of the mothers were also substance abusers. After analyzing the occupational aspects, 38% of the substance abusers were school-going children, while 62% were involved in unskilled labor. Furthermore, only 46.3% of these children were willing to quit. Quitting itself is rather a Herculean task for these children. The reason being, only 51% of these children fall for craving and the rest become impervious to peer pressure.
Place your hand over your heart. Feel that. That's called a purpose. You and we are alive for a reason. This is what inspired us to take a further step to reach out to these children and lighten the dark world. Destruction is a man's will. Nevertheless, prevention is also a man's will. So, it's a man's choice to choose between destruction and prevention. With the help of Snehalaya, we visited these children, created a bond of love and friendship and counseled them. But this was not enough. So we went door to door to such families, spoke to their parents and made them realize about the monsters of addiction hidden in the form of pleasure. We even conducted the medical checkup. Monthly, we conducted 2 seminars in order to impart non-formal education and awareness campaigns for them and their parents. These are not only our efforts. Even our college is providing free medical checkup, treatment and recreation facilities. Remember, disease prevention doesn't occur in hospital. It requires whole of the society to be involved. It's not just one helping hand. Many NGOs such as CRY, Childline, Sarthak, Arpan, Chetna and Padhte Kadam are working towards brighter future of these children. Even our government has formulated rules, regulations and laws to curb child substance abuse.
Do we wage a war against this malpractice?
Here's the antidote to drug abuse.
The PET strategy, prevention, enforcement, and treatment.
Various preventive measures at the mass level include the community awareness programs that runs in schools, colleges, and workplaces.
Various campaigns include the Drug Take Back campaign that should be implemented by the government.
Enforcement of the laws have been implemented.
The treatment for such children include the post-de-addiction centers at the tertiary healthcare levels.
The post-addiction centers provide education, employment, and dignity.
But in which direction is this going?
Is this helping the children of our country?
Is it really enough for them?
Is it really what they need?
Let's hear it from them.
We, isolated and alone. Alone we stay and alone we mourn, craving for the things we want, addicted to it from morning till dawn. We have lost ourselves, don't know what is to be alive and what is to be dead. Getting neglected every day. This is the price we need to pay. All we want is to be free from this pain, but our efforts still in vain. Trying hard to leave all this apart, but parting is really very hard. Love and care is all we need now. Give us a chance, we won't let you down. We, isolated and alone. Alone we stay, alone we mourn.
Today, let's open the windows of our hearts and peep outside to see little raindrops meet the glorious sun, a rainbow forming, cheer, joy, and great.
Thank you, teammate, for that splendid presentation. Judges, you may now ask the question.
Very good presentation. I would like to ask you a few questions. Tertiary care centers, especially the medical colleges, you have mentioned about a de-addiction center. What else we can have in a medical college hospital or the teaching hospitals? Have you heard about?
Thank you for the question, ma'am. It's district hospitals and very specialized hospitals are also in the tertiary care.
No, I am talking about with reference to the tertiary care. You have mentioned that this tertiary care, they should have deep addiction center. My question is, what else we can have at the tertiary care center? One is a de-addiction center. Any special clinics are there?
Ma'am, I would like to add that apart from de-addiction centers, there should be awareness and counseling centers. And not only the children, but their whole family should be counseled regarding it. It is not just we need the whole society to come in. It's not just our efforts, even our college is providing that. So that is what
Is it possible to offer counseling to all who are the victims of this substance abuse? Everybody is not going to come to the hospital. My question is, what other services you can offer besides the addiction center? Are there any special clinics?
Yes, ma'am, there are plenty.
So can you name those?
Ma'am, along with Snehalaya, there's Sarthak, Arpan.
These are the NGOs. I'm talking about the tertiary care hospital.
Child.
Something like Alcoholic Anonymous.
Yes, ma'am. There's Alcoholic Anonymous.
Smoking cessation clinics.
Yes, ma'am.
You have carried out a survey, and in survey you have mentioned about the different types of the substance abuse. How did you get this information?
This survey was carried out with the help of our NGO Snehalaya, and whatever the data we got, it was in collaboration with it. So
That is okay, but did you interview the child?
Yes,
From the
we
child
have
you got the information?
yes,
What was the youngest age of the subject?
5 years to 18.
But then 5 years of age he was addicted to and he was able to give you the pill?
With the help of their parents, first took their consent, and then we interviewed them. in the local language, and then yes, they were able to see
So
that.
each and every child was interviewed with the help of the parents.
Yes.
Is it so? Is this Nihal working for this substance abuse?
Yes.
This thing? Okay. Because it's very difficult to get such information. You have mentioned about the various substances which are abused. Didn't you come across any child with that whiteners?
Yes, ma'am.
Because that was not mentioned in this thing. Because in urban slums, this is very, very common. Whitener abuse.
There's an NGO working for it, Sarthak, and it's in Pune, and it's specially working for the children who abuse this whitener. And we have.
Yeah, but in your study, was there any case who was addicted to this whitener? No.
No, ma'am.
Because it was not mentioned. Okay, fine.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to add on to it. Ma'am, actually, our survey just remained to the rural slums. So, ma'am, they are not that much aware about the whiteners. It's more common in the urban areas.
When it is a rural area, we don't call it as a slum. Slum is always the urban one. Okay.
I would like to add on. They were mainly addicted to Mishri, which is a roasted tobacco, and the boys were mainly addicted to pan masala or mawa. It is a kind of tobacco.
School or daycare, this Nihalaya?
Residential, ma'am.
Residential. The parents are also staying there?
Yes. Nearby the vicinity.
I would like to add on to this that it was mainly created for sex workers in the Ahmednagar district, and because Dr. Girish Kulkarni, he had an idea that when they are working, their children, they are ignored, their education is ignored. So it was mainly for their sons and their daughters that he came up with this idea, and he came up with this project. The first episode of Satyamev Jayate was also dedicated to.
I know. Okay.
You mentioned that for analysis of your data, you use suitable statistical software. So what is that? And what sort of statistics you use?
Thank you for your question, ma'am. Actually, we have used for statistical purpose, we have calculated the sample size by using API software, and statistical methods we have used the chi-square test for finding the association between the substance abuse and other factors related to it.
Okay. And otherwise, the entire data is qualitative or quantitative analysis?
Quantitative.
Well, you have used any tests apart from chi-square, you have not used any other test, no? You have just said gender, the differences,
yes,
educated, not educated, like that. Thank you, judges. I request all speakers to introduce themselves in order of their speeches.
Neha Prithviraj, third second. Himani Sharma, third first.
This is week 8.
Semester. Rishabh Sharma, 8th semester.
Shantani Sarkar, 8th semester.
Mayuri Kute, 8th semester.
Avni Rajput, 8th semester.
I request the non-speakers to introduce themselves.
Ritvik Garve, 3rd second.
Neil Chajed, third second. Bhakur Upadhyay, third second.
Rahul Mehta, 8th semester. Pratik Shahane, 3rd second.
Thank you, teammate.
Danger isn't limited to one man anymore. It lurks around the globe without a bias. Therefore, it is time that we look beyond the boundaries and fit in the medicinal jigsaw and find the solution